Welcome to Infidelity Truths. Before we dive into today's gripping story, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more thrilling stories just for you. Let's begin.
It was a rainy Tuesday evening, and I was sprawled on the recliner in our small apartment, half watching a baking competition show on TV. The kind where contestants cry over collapsed soufflés. My girlfriend, Sarah, was curled up on the other end of the couch, scrolling through her phone. I glanced at her, ready to call it a night. "Good night, babe," I said, leaning in for our usual peck. "Love you." It was a ritual, a small anchor in our 3-year relationship. But tonight, Sarah didn't respond. She set her phone down, muted the TV, and turned to face me. Her expression was cold, deliberate, like she'd rehearsed this moment. My heart sunk. This wasn't about what movie we'd watch tomorrow or whose turn it was to do dishes. "Jake," she said, her voice steady, "I care about you. A lot. But I'm not in love with you." The words hit like a software glitch in my brain. I'm a network engineer. My days are spent untangling digital messes, rerouting data, optimizing systems. Ambiguity isn't my thing. Her statement wasn't a breakup. It was a recalibration. She just redefined our relationship, demoting me from partner to, what, a placeholder? A live-in buddy with benefits? She sat there, waiting for me to react, to beg, to negotiate. I didn't. I said, "Okay, thanks for the clarity." I stood, grabbed my water bottle from the coffee table, and headed to bed. I felt her eyes on me as I walked away, probably expecting me to crumble or demand an explanation. But I gave her nothing, just calm, calculated acceptance. In bed, staring at the ceiling fan, my phone pinged. It was a notification from a group chat Sarah didn't know I could still see, her friends thread on an old tablet we shared for recipes. I didn't need to check it to know she was broadcasting her brave move to her squad, basking in their praise for her honesty. They'd probably call it a bold new relationship model. All the perks of my reliability, my apartment, my Netflix subscription, without the pesky obligation of reciprocating love. She thought she'd rewritten the rules in her favor. She didn't realize she just triggered a kill switch. It's been 10 days since Sarah's declaration, and I've initiated what I'm calling the downgrade protocol. Some of you suggested I just kick her out. Too messy, too emotional. I'm not here for drama. I'm here for precision. I'm dismantling her world one calculated step at a time. The protocol started the morning after her bombshell. Normally, I'd wake up, make us both coffee, and leave her a mug with that vanilla creamer she loves. Not anymore. I brewed a single cup, poured it into my thermos, and left the machine empty. The guy who made her coffee was in love with her. The guy sharing this apartment, he's just a tenant. I got ready for work, gave a curt, "Have a good one," and left. No kiss, no lingering glance, just the polite neutrality I'd offer a coworker. For the first few days, Sarah seemed thrilled. She'd won, right? She'd kept the apartment, the lifestyle, without the pressure of being in love. She was free. Then the cracks started showing. On Thursday, she texted me. "Hey, can you grab tickets for that jazz club thing this weekend? My friends want to go." Normally, I'd handle it, book the table, coordinate the night. Instead, I replied, "Sorry, tied up with work. You'll need to call them yourself. It's a tough reservation." Her response was a single emoji. "What?" I didn't reply. That weekend, I leaned in harder. I did my own grocery shopping. Eggs, ground beef, veggies for my meal prep. No kombucha, no overpriced yogurt, none of her staples. When I got home, she was in the kitchen, eyeing my bags. "You didn't get my stuff?" she asked, her tone sharp. "Nope," I said, unpacking my chicken. "Just got what I needed." "Oh, I can Venmo you for your half of the cleaning supplies if you want." Her jaw dropped. In 3 years, I'd never split the bill for household stuff. But that was the boyfriend. The roommate splits costs. By Sunday, she was visibly rattled. Her laptop had been acting up. She'd mentioned it all week, hinting I'd fix it like I always did. I'm the guy who can debug a network crash in my sleep, so her tech issues were my domain. Not anymore. When she brought it up again, I said, "That's rough. Try the repair shop on 5th. They've got good reviews." She stared, waiting for me to cave. I didn't. The boyfriend fixed her laptop. The roommate gives Yelp recommendations. She's starting to see it now. Her honesty didn't just free her from loving me, it freed me from the invisible labor of loving her. The rides to the airport, the late night tech support, the shared Netflix password, it's all gone. She thought she was clever, downgrading me to a friend. She's about to learn what a friend really gets. It's been a month, and the downgrade protocol is running like a well-oiled machine. Sarah's world is unraveling, and she's scrambling to regain control. My unrelenting politeness, cheerful, distant, untouchable, is driving her up the wall. She thought she'd redefined our relationship, but she didn't anticipate how thoroughly I'd enforce her new terms. Her birthday was last week, the first real stress test. In the past, I'd go all out. A custom playlist, dinner at her favorite sushi spot, a thoughtful gift like the earrings she'd eyed months ago. This year, I woke up, saw her staring at her phone, and said, "Happy birthday, Sarah. Hope it's a good one." Then I grabbed my gym bag and left for my morning run. She trailed me to the kitchen, fishing for more. "So, any plans for today?" she asked, her voice tight. "Me? Just working a workout," I said, blending my smoothie. "I figured you'd be out with your friends, the ones you're tight with. I'm down for takeout later if you want, like roommates do." I saw her flinch at roommates. No flowers, no reservations, no grand gestures, just a casual offer of pad thai and a movie. She spent her birthday alone, scrolling Instagram while I worked in the next room. Her friends posted their usual "Happy B-Day, Queen" nonsense, but none showed up. Turns out they're better at cheering her bravery online than actually showing up. The financial reality is hitting harder. I used to cover our dates, her streaming subscriptions, even her car's oil changes. It was just part of our life. Now, I canceled my card from our shared Spotify plan. When she couldn't log in, she stormed into my home office. "What's going on with Spotify?" she demanded. "Oh, I switched to a single account. You can set up your own. It's like $10 a month." She froze. Sarah's freelance social media gigs barely cover her manicures, let alone the lifestyle she's used to. She's been coasting on my stability, and now the gravy train's derailed. She's tried everything to crack me. Leaving dishes in the sink, I wash mine and stack hers on her desk. Playing sappy breakup songs, I pop in my earbuds. Last night, she upped the ante. She came home tipsy from a bar, wearing that old hoodie of mine she used to steal when we were close. She sat on the couch, teary-eyed, and said, "I miss you, Jake. I miss us." I set down my book and gave her my best HR manager sympathy face. "That sounds really tough, Sarah. Have you thought about journaling? It's great for processing emotions." Her tears dried up fast, replaced with a look of pure panic. She's not dealing with a heartbroken boyfriend. She's dealing with a system executing her own code. She wanted a roommate? She's got one. Last night, the downgrade protocol reached its endgame. Sarah's carefully curated life collapsed under the weight of her own choices. The apartment, once our shared sanctuary, is now a sterile reminder of her miscalculation. She's tried tears, flirtation, even yelling. Nothing's breached my firewall of polite indifference. The final blow came with our lease renewal. Our landlord emailed the paperwork last week, and I left it on the dining table for Sarah to see. Last night, I came home from a late coding session to find her at the table, staring at the document like it was a death warrant. "We need to talk," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Are we renewing this?" "I'm not," I said, setting my laptop bag down. I signed the lease for a studio downtown. Closer to work, better commute. I move out in 3 weeks. Her face went white. You're leaving? You're just leaving me? Leaving you, I said, tilting my head. No, Sarah, our lease is up. Roommates don't always renew together. I assumed you'd find a place that works for you. That's when she lost it. The tears came first, then the shouting. This isn't fair. You're punishing me. I said I was sorry. I said I missed you. You said you missed me, I corrected, my voice steady. You were clear. You're not in love with me. I respected that and adjusted. I'm not punishing you. I'm living the life you defined. She sank into a chair, sobbing. I want things back the way they were. I bet you do, I said, a faint edge creeping into my tone. You want the guy who planned your birthday, paid your bills, fixed your laptop. You want the perks without the price. That's not a relationship, Sarah. That's a subscription service, and I've canceled my membership. I walked to the counter and picked up an envelope that had arrived that day. Her eyes followed, desperate for a lifeline, a grand gesture, maybe a love letter. I opened it and pulled out a single key fob. This is for my new place, I said, holding it up. It's got a killer balcony. Her hopes shattered. She saw it now. I wasn't playing her game. I'd rewritten the code entirely. She'd gambled on my love being an endless resource. She forgot it required reciprocity. She didn't say another word, just stared at the lease papers. Her problem now. I left her there and went to bed. The apartment's silence isn't heavy anymore. It's just the absence of something that was never really there. 3 weeks left. Then I'm out, and Sarah gets exactly what she asked for. A life without my love.